your soul, break your will, lost control, abductor. Now you're running, it's getting near, no escape, human monster. Lock the door, close the blind, flip the blade, lose your mind, abductor. Time stands still, life's gone by, no one will hear your cries, abductor. Doctor! Doctor! Welcome to the Twisted Tuesday. This is Sports Rage Premium on Patreon. So we step up and in. We appreciate the support of all the patrons, literally and figuratively, as the Rageaholic Army is now up to 40 strong. 40 strong, not too bad. The chat will start to fill up for you guys more and more as we go. People will start to get into the rhythm and the routine. I'm going to get into the rhythm and the routine. And we'll be off and running. We appreciate everybody who has signed up. You're all going to be very, very happy. You're all going to be very happy. Next month, we're going to be lowering the price significantly. And we'll have more people filing in. And we'll have a full house soon enough. But we don't want to lower the price too much, then the riffraff's going to show up. But truth be told, I don't think Ric Flair can afford 99 cents a month. If we charge, like there's some people, they're not going to pay no matter what. So I'm not making it like $5 or something like that. Because whatever, what's the fucking point? But I do appreciate the support. And we're going to continue to work on things as we go. Yet... you guys really have no idea behind the scenes how much grief this has really been for me. You know about the Saturday story? Saturday I was screwed. I could have done fucking anything on Saturday, and I did everything. I told you, I fucking deleted, or the guy deleted the first 3 chapters of my fucking book. It was a fucking nightmare. I'm still pissed off. I'm still livid about this. So I brought it in today for Camera 2 Drew and this other sharp kid there at the network. They were fucking perplexed. They're like, there's nothing we can do. They're like, you got to give this to the head tech guy. Like, you got to like cough your computer up for a couple of days because we can't explain this. OBS would just not fucking load up, man. And I need the OBS program. YouTube blows. It's a complicated process that I'm not going to relive. We went through it the other night. By chance, you know, I was able to trade computers, and even then, it was a fucking challenge. Like, it literally took people that know what they're doing about an hour and a half to program this new computer to be able to do this tonight. And when I logged in, I had a fucking problem. I'm like, I'm going to throw this thing off the fucking balcony. I'm like, I can't charge people if I can't deliver the fucking show. So we're looking into alternative options and different ways to broadcast on Patreon because we'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. But I see as Jazz is in the house and Jazz is stating, you don't want people. Exactly, right? You're paying at Sports Rage Premium. We have the Freak Show. That fuckface Flair fucking invades the chat every fucking Red Heat and Rage. You know, there's still exposure to these fuckfaces. I kind of like it like this as well. It's Sports Rage Premium. This is basically Sports Rage's Mar-a-Lago. This is the private club. They're members only. Lisa's a member. Lisa's our only female member, and we appreciate that, Lisa. as I stated, we're going to find out. We're going to lower the price next month. And, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away too much, but I'm telling you, it's going to be 20 or less. 20 or less. But, as I stated, if we get into a too cheap zone, then it's pointless for me to be doing it. I'm not going to make anything. And then secondly, we're going to be flooded with jackasses. So, we have to find a balance. Because even me personally, I feel, listen, it was US. I didn't know it was US dollars. So basically, I'm going to sacrifice the US-dom of this. I'm going to sacrifice the difference of the US-dom because I'm getting, the US more than I thought I was going to get. Jazz says 30's good. I like your style, Jazz. Don't lower the price. Don't lower the price. But listen, Jazz. The riffraff's not signing up if it's 20. The riffraff's they're not signing up if it's 20 bucks. All right. It was 2-0 all night here for the Ottawa Senators. The Rangers were all over them. Rangers scored a goal. They made it 2-1. I was all excited for a Ranger comeback because I'm on the Rangers, and then the Ottawa Senators responded about a minute later, and it's 3-1 again right now. 3-1 again right now. We'll keep our eye on this game, and of course, we got an NBA basketball game. The Houston Rockets are up 59-58 right now as we speak. Yeah, 59-58, and of course, I had no choice. I had to withdraw last night from a sports book. It was one of those deals where I didn't want to. But I was like, man, I've got to withdraw this. So I fucking withdraw it. I play a little pro line tonight, and I fucking like the Houston Rockets, and I like the over in this game. And the Rockets are winning right now, and the over skyrocketing over. Yet I need other games now. I fucking hate that about pro line. And I really thought the Rangers were the fucking play tonight. I didn't love them because it's weird. I think Ottawa's the better team actually, but elimination game, back home, game 6, figured the Rangers could dig down deep and find a way of winning this game, but Lunk was just not good enough. And the Ottawa Senators, I'm pissed off at myself because the Senators are a good team that are flying under the radar. They don't get any respect. And here I am betting fucking against them. They were big big dogs tonight. Fuck. Big dogs. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, maybe we'll take a poll. You guys are the paying customers now. So maybe we'll take a poll. But I gotta tell you, I like the style of customer that is like, no, don't lower the price. We're fine with the membership fees the way they are. Hey, the Saturday night shows have been worth it on their own, I think. Like, how much was that show with Hainzer worth the other night? Like, let's be real. That's $10 right there. If not 50, that's a movie. You guys got 6 hours of a drunken Hainzer and me. Like, I sacrificed for that. The Richard Garner show was real good. This Saturday is going to be our first Saturday we're going to be on. This Saturday is going to be our first Saturday we're going to be on live during the UFC. It's an interesting dynamic. We're working on getting Taylor Stevens over here. Which we're hoping we can get her this Saturday, but if not this Saturday, I'm thinking, maybe this Saturday with the UFC going on, Joey Odessa will be more in order. As Joey Odessa doesn't like doing the hits, but Joey likes the private, he likes the private member club. Joey's a fan of Sport Trades Premium. I'll tell you right now, the place still kind of smells like Hainzer. It's been 72 hours. I've left the windows open. I've sprayed a lot of stuff. Like it's cost me about $10 in cleaning products after Hainzer was here. He nearly destroyed a fucking $25 poster. My carpet smells like cheap Danish beer. I made the mistake of like smelling one of the cans. You know what I mean? It was like I smelled the can. I was like, oh, fuck. It smells like Labatt 50. It's just like, sort of that cheap beer. It smells like draft beer. I don't know. It's from Denmark, evidently. I've got to believe, though, if Hainzer bought a fucking 8-pack of this shit, it's got to be cheap. He's not buying the fucking $4 a can beer. He's not buying. God bless Hainzer. We'll get Hainzer back over here again, but not this week. I need a little bit of a recovery. Like, we got to go from Hainzer to Taylor Stevens now. Like, there's got to be perks in it for me, too. Like, I'm trying to think of who else is in Toronto we could get. Maybe we get Sam Losco to come over, actually. We'll work on it each Saturday. But like I said, I think, and one of these Saturdays, I'm not going to get fucked up. One of these Saturdays, I'm not going to get all wasted and stuff. But I got to be honest with you. I wasn't that hungover Sunday. I drank 1 million of those vodka Smirnoff Ice things. But even though they're 5% alcohol, it doesn't really fuck me up that. It doesn't make me drunk. I had more of a stomach ache from drinking so much of them. Like, I wasn't hungover. My stomach hurt. I was like, holy fuck, man. Better off fucking getting drunk than drinking fucking 12 of these things. I'd like to get some other chicks over here, but just, it's a challenge. Like, might come as a surprise to you, but not everybody loves us. Not everybody's willing to come over. Yeah, that's the thing, Will. It was too much sugar. That's the deal. Like, my head was fine. The week before, I drank 8 of those things, but the cheap bottle of wine on top of the 8 vodka Smirnoff put it over the top. That I was hungover from. Now, I should also note that I thought ahead on Saturday night, too. After I drank everything, I actually ate macaroni and cheese. And I drank a Gatorade before I went to bed. Like, I ate a macaroni and cheese and I drank a Gatorade with it when I was all drunk. Even though I didn't really want to, I thought it would be a good idea, and it actually was. It's good to get food in your stomach if you're hammered, and it's a good idea to drink water or Gatorade or something. I know in the morning it helps, but it helps if you do it before. But like I said, I drank fucking 12 vodka Smirnoff Ices and a Gatorade. I woke up in the morning, man, and my fucking stomach was killing me. I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't hungover, but all that sugar, man. Yeah, of course you're welcome, Lisa. No, we've got a good guest list of Saturday nights. We're setting it up. It's Saturday nights like the big party night. I don't really do much. I don't mind partying once a week on Saturday nights. I'm not doing anything too stupid. Whatever. I drank 12 fucking vodka Smirnoff Ices. So what? It'll be in the football season. That's when will be more business-like. Because, I'll be doing the show Sunday mornings. I do the Boston hits. I do a lot of shit. I got to stay focused on the weekends during the football season. I don't like drinking Saturday nights during the football season. I'm not saying I never do it, but I don't like doing it. Like, I'll do it maybe twice in a football season. Usually maybe once a month type thing. Once in a while, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna get all fucking drunk and watch this UNLV game at 11:30 at night. Fuck, like, I've done it, but I'm more of a gambler than a drinker, so it affects me. I don't, it's different during the summer. There's nothing going on, you know what I mean? But once football season gets here, the Saturday show will be all business. Now, this Saturday with the UFC, so I figure this Saturday either be Taylor or Joey or both. Richard Garner's going to come in studio in a couple of weeks. Babano will be joining us. Yeah, Jackie Redmond is a good call. Hey, Jackie, you want to come over and do my podcast? Yeah, where's the studio? Well, in my condo. actually, the podcast booth's in my bedroom. But don't worry about that. Like I said, I'm gonna get Taylor over here. Just come in my bed and just sit down right here on the bed, and this is where we do the podcast. I should just set up the show on the bed. I should just set up the show on the bed. Like, like they do those shows in Britain. Like the guest has to get in bed with me. But I only have that format when it's women. I only have that format when it's women. Sort of like Fox News is called out. Like, I never realized Fox News. Of course, Fox News always has the chicks with the legs at the end of the desk, right? But I didn't realize this. Fox actually takes the panels off the bottom of the desk when it's a woman host. And when it's a man, there's like a panel and it says Fox News. Like, they actually change the set, whether it's a man or a woman. No one wants to see a man's leg, so they cover it up. When it's a woman, they take the panels off. So, yeah, we'll do the same thing. Like, the format of the show when we have a woman guest is like those British shows. Like, we lie in bed. You know what I mean? Like, we put the camera in front of the bed, we both lie in bed there, and we drink wine and we just talk into the camera. And then when there's a dude here, then we have the Michael Jordan setup. Like, we shake formats up. It's like Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live doesn't have one set. I got to have various sets. Like I said, we have the more, let's get comfortable set. And then we have the sports rage set. And exactly, those would be premium shows. I like where I'm going with this. This is a good idea, actually. This is a very, very good idea. So yeah, listen, we're doing a show, except it's in a bed. Pillow talk. I told you in our last studio there, Morency Sports, we had so many porn stars coming in and out of there. We had so many porn stars coming in and out of there into the studio. People thought like we were shooting porn in there because they knew we were doing shows in there, and you see cameras and whatever. So it's these porn stars walking out of our studio. Somebody actually asked, "Do you guys do adult movies up here?" We're like, "Nah, adult movies?" I'm like, "No." Yeah, it'd be gold. I'm in bed, exactly. I think we're on to something here. I think we're on to something here. I'd like to get Mick Ossie's girlfriend on the show just to fucking find out how she copes living with Mick Ossie. I'm still baffled by this and somewhat disappointed, actually, and it's starting to get to me. It is true. Jazz brought it up. Like, think about it. Cam Stewart, Mick Ossie, both having regular sex. Ryan Hainzer claims he's having regular sex, except I don't believe him. She must be deaf. Is that like exactly like is that the deal with Mick's girlfriend? Like she can't hear? She can't hear it. This is the best thing about Sports Rage Premium too. We can just rip people; they'll never know. Hell, I don't even know how to figure out how to rewatch the shows. No, they're up on Patreon actually. They're up on Patreon. But it's compounded tonight. There's this dude, and like he's not from here. Great guy. This guy Reed. He works with us. Great guy. He looks like Macaulay Culkin grown up type shit. So, you know, good guy, but he's beaten down. You know, he doesn't make enough money. He works his ass off. He gets rattled when I rip him on the air and shit. And I only do it as a joke, but it actually freaks him out for real. So I don't do it anymore because I actually like him. So he's a sensitive guy, nice guy. And he was all stressed out. And fucking, I told him once, I was like, you got to get a chick girlfriend, man. I was like, you know, you work so hard, you're stressed out. You got to enjoy life a bit. He's like, oh, I never meet anyone here. I work all the time. And he lives right across the street from me. He's like, you know our neighborhood, all these fucking stuck-up chicks. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, Reed, I said, hey, Reed, you got to stop by sometime. I'm doing a podcast, and I said, I could use your technical help, too. And I said, yeah, well, come on, I'll bust your balls. We can argue about shit that you're always bitching that I say on the show. You know what the guy tells me? He's like, yeah, I'd love to, but, you know, I got a girlfriend now. He goes, it's news. So he goes, you know, we'll see. You know. This thing is unbelievable. Camera 2 Drew's fucking getting married. It's to the point now where, like, you know, just, like, who isn't getting laid? We might have to step it up a notch and just go from podcast to porn. Let's just, you know, forget the guests. Let's stop dancing around here. We always knew that's where we would end up, and that's where the money is. We always knew that was the direction of the show. Porn, the last beacon of desperation. The last beacon of desperation. All right, so the Buffalo Bills hire a new general manager. Of course, they fired Doug Whaley a day after the draft, so it didn't take them long to step up and hire a new boss. And the Buffalo Bills are going real young. 40-year-old Brandon Beane, Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean. Yeah, Brandon Beane, hired by the Buffalo Bills to be the new general manager. He spent the last 19 seasons with the Carolina Panthers. The last couple of seasons, he was the assistant to the general manager of the Carolina Panthers, essentially. So this is his first time being a full-on head guy. First time being a full-on head guy. But you look at the Buffalo Bills now, and it's pretty clear who's running the show. It's the head coach, McDermott. McDermott comes over from Carolina. The scouts are from Carolina. The coaches are from Carolina. Now we raid Carolina and take their assistant general manager. You got to wonder at what point did the Carolina Panthers say, you know what? No, like we're not going to let you take everybody. Like basically we're the Carolina Panthers without Cam Newton and Ron Rivera. But I don't mind, but the thing is, It's not like the Carolina Panthers have been a powerhouse or anything like that. They were shit. They made the Super Bowl and they were shit again. It's not like the Panthers are like some model of consistency. That's one thing that concerns me a little bit. Now, I am somewhat of a Panther fan, so I watch a lot of Panther games. I have faith. I think the Panthers are a well-coached football team. They are a well-run organization, but it's not as I stated. Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl. Yes, they got screwed over in that Super Bowl. But Cam Newton also choked. Yeah, he worked his way up from the bottom. 40 years old, 19 years with the organization. Started on the ground floor at 21 years old as an intern type dude, and he worked his way up the ladder, and here he is now, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, clearly hired on the suggestion from our head coach and Sean McDermott. I'm numb to this shit. People ask me all the time, Renzi, what's your opinion on the Bills signings? What's your opinion on the Bills firings? Like, fuck, man. I don't know, we fire fucking and hire people every 2 years. Like, it's sort of like coworkers. I don't get to know their names. That's my deal. Like, I've been in the industry a long time. There's always a new kid every day in the fucking whatever station I'm at. And it's like, whatever, fuck. If this kid lasts a year, I'll get to know his name. Until then, I don't care, I don't ignore. I'm not like, I don't talk to rookies or anything like that, but same thing with Bills like general managers now. It's like, yeah, whatever, fuck, Coaches, all right, you like the coaching hire? I don't know. The guy's never coached before. Can he be worse than fucking Rex Ryan? Probably not. Probably not, but, at this point in time, does it really fucking matter? So the Toronto Raptors also had their press conference today. And I think there's nothing really to be learned because Masai didn't really give anything away because he's a secretive person. You can sense the frustration with Majiri right now with the Raptors. And he did reiterate a couple of times the Raptors' style of play. The isolation style of play is a problem. And we're seeing it. It can work in the regular season. But sort of like football, and football's become a pass-heavy sport, and it's evolved, the NBA is rapidly changing as well. And I think we saw all that we needed to see in one of the games the other day. When the Raptors were in the fucking game, it was game 3. The Raptors were in the game. They were leading. It was like, 890 to 86 or whatever. And the Cleveland Cavaliers had hit like 16 three-point shots, and the Raptors had hit 1. You cannot simply win in today's NBA without the 3-ball. Look who's playing right now. The Houston Rockets. The Rockets are hitting 19 fucking threes a game. The Golden State Warriors are a 3-ball team. The Cleveland Cavaliers. A couple of years ago, the Cavaliers weren't this wide open offense. They've evolved into this because they understand this is how you win in the NBA now. The Cleveland Cavaliers were never this, let's score 120 points and take fucking 52 3-point shots a game. Tyronn Lue took over and they were like, let's push it. Fuck. We have better players. It's very simple. You have better players, they can play faster and be better. It's not rocket science. Like, teams that are slowing shit down doesn't work. And the Raptors and Kyle Lowry can milk the shot clock and DeMar goes ISO and shit. That's all cute during the regular season. In the playoffs, it doesn't work. You need to be able to score. You need to be able to push the tempo. It used to be that way. They used to say, well, you know what? When you're in the playoffs, you really have to have a half-court offense. Well, who has a half-court offense? Nobody has a half-court offense. The half-court offense is Buddy running through the half-court. That's the half-court offense. I'm not stating you don't need a couple of plays and pick and rolls, but generally you're not going to win in today's NBA unless you're an explosive spread them out team. The Cleveland Cavaliers are spreading them out. The Washington Wizards and the Celtics are both running and gunning. You're not going to slow it down enough. Like, look at Utah. Utah tried to slow it down against Golden State. How'd that work out for them? And it was ironic because they slowed it down, yet they got fucking torched on fast break points. Because they're flat-footed. You know what I mean? They take a bad shot, they're all flat-footed, there's no movement, and then boom, the fucking Warriors are off to the races. And the Raptors play too much of an ISO game. There's not enough imagination with the Raptors offense. And, we've had a couple of days to think about it. And although I do like Dwayne Casey, and generally it's tough to fire a guy that's won 48, 49, 51, and 56 or whatever the fuck it is. But the Raptors need to evolve. I believe that we've gone as far as we can go with Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And I believe that Dwayne Casey should be replaced. And if I was general manager, tough decisions have to be made. But I would replace Dwayne Casey. Which leads us to Kyle Lowry. Now, it's no secret. Rangers now down 3-2 with 17 minutes left. There's no secret that Kyle Lowry and Dwayne Casey weren't on the same page. So if you're going to fire Dwayne Casey, then suddenly Kyle Lowry's a little bit more attractive. The problem with the Kyle Lowry deal is he's 31 years old. And he's pretty beat up for 31. Like, let's be real. He's pretty beat up for 31 years old. But he is an elite point guard in the NBA. So you're kind of damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And I'm seeing there's a lot of interest now with Kyle Lowry. A lot of articles being written about Kyle in, mainstream publications, mainstream websites about the value of Kyle Lowry and who's going to want Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry being a free agent. Now, Chris Paul is a free agent as well. So, if you're the San Antonio Spurs, who do you want? You want Chris Paul or you want Kyle Lowry? I am a Kyle Lowry fan, but I would prefer to have Chris Paul over Kyle Lowry. Chris Paul gets hurt a hell of a lot less. There's one thing about Paul. The motherfucker's out there every night. And I think Paul will be really, really good on a team where he doesn't have to be the man. So if I'm Chris Paul, I'm going to San Antonio if I can. And if I'm San Antonio, I'm grabbing Chris Paul. So, let's say San Antonio grabs Chris Paul. Suddenly, Kyle Lowry in LA is a pretty attractive fit. LA can say, you know what, we'll bring in Kyle Lowry. But I don't know how many teams are going to want to give Kyle Lowry $200 million. They will and they won't. It's a weird deal. Like, I'm not stating that Kyle's not going to get $200 million. He will. He's going to get fucking paid. He's going to get signed. The question is where? Now, the Raptors want to keep him. But it could just be a public sort of, we're going to see what we can do type of deal. Ideally, the Raptors keep him on a 3-year deal. He's not going to take a 3-year deal. This is the problem. He's not going to take a 3-year deal. He earned it. He's a multi-all-star. He's a gold medal Olympian. He's a top 5 point guard, top 4 point guard, maybe top 3 point guard. Yes, he's banged up. But like I said, there's a lot of moving parts here. It's not simple to break down this. If Dwayne Casey's gone, Kyle Lowry would want to stay more. If Dwayne Casey's still here, Kyle Lowry's going to leave. Secondly, we don't even know if the Raptors want to keep him and give him $200 million. And if I'm Ujiri, I'm not giving him $200 million. As much as I like him, I can't do it. It's not smart business. Like Coach Nick said, you don't pay people on their performance that they already did. You got to pay them on what they're going to do. And what Kyle Lowry's going to do is fucking get hurt and be surly for the next few years. Like, we're going to be stuck with that contract in 4 years. It's not going to be a good look. You know, he's already beat up all the time. We have to let him go. So, to me, you know, now it's crazy. Now we're firing the coach and we're getting rid of the fucking star point guard. Like, we're really starting over here now. So then you get in the sign and trade mode. Because we've got to get something back for this. Now, or if we let Kyle Lowry go, suddenly the Raptors have a shitload of fucking money. But it's not as if though every all-star in the NBA is dying to move to Toronto, even though Toronto's a better, like, look, would you rather live in Toronto or Salt Lake City? Trust me, you'd rather live in Toronto. Toronto's a better city than all but maybe 2 or 3 in the NBA, literally. Like, what cities are better than Toronto in the NBA? New York, LA, Miami. Yeah, the Warriors aren't bad. They play in Oakland, but you know they all live in Frisco. You know, so that's pretty cool. But there's a lot of bad places in the NBA to play. You know, Salt Lake City, Oklahoma City. Sorry, Lisa. Milwaukee. You know, we can go down the fucking list. Sacramento. Nobody wants to fucking play in Sacramento. Nobody wants to live in Sacramento. There's nothing there. It's the state capital. You have the Capitol building, it's hot as fuck, and there's nothing there. Nobody wants to live there, like, you know. But my point is, my point is, even though, you know, Gordon Hayward, Salt Lake City or Toronto, he's not coming to Toronto. You have the taxes, it's a different country. So Ujiri's going to have to make some trades. But the free agent dynamic here is a very interesting one. Blake Griffin's a free agent. Chris Paul's a free agent. And what happens with them, I think, is going to be a domino effect. Like I said, if Chris Paul bolts and goes to San Antonio, then suddenly Kyle Lowry's stock goes way up. Now, as far as Lowry is concerned, he could end up on San Antonio as well. But if I'm Greg Popovich, I'd rather Chris Paul. Chris Paul's less of a head case than Kyle Lowry as well. Let's be real. Right? He's less of a head case. So if you're San Antonio, it makes perfect sense. You get Chris Paul, you got Aldridge, you got fucking Kawhi Leonard, and you're good to go. But word is they're not in love with LaMarcus Aldridge, and they floated trading him already. So if I'm the Raptors, I would float that trade right now to them. I tell them right now, listen, we'll fucking sign right now. We'll sign Lowry. We'll trade him to you. Tell Kyle, listen, you want to go? We're sending you to the fucking Spurs. You're getting $200 million. Everyone wins. We get LaMarcus Aldridge. Now, I'm not saying I'm in love with LaMarcus Aldridge, but I'm telling you right now, Ujiri's going to have to come up with some shit like this, you know? Because if we just let the chips fall where they may, we're not going to be a good team. I can live with Corey Joseph as the point guard. I can live with it. I really can. I really can. I can live with Corey Joseph as a starting point guard. But if you lose Kyle Lowry, then you motherfucking better replace him with something. Okay, fine. Corey Joseph becomes a starting point guard. You know, you better get a LaMarcus Aldridge up front. You better pull off some fucking deal here and get another star player up front then. You know, because the way the Raptors aren't fundamentally built properly right now. They have too many guys that are the same. They're a little aged already. I don't have a problem with shaking things up. It's part of life, guys. You have to evolve. You have to evolve. Now, I personally would have liked to see the Raptors get DeMarcus Cousins. Didn't happen. New Orleans not trading DeMarcus Cousins now. A player that I think that Masai really missed out on is Nurkic. Nurkic is a fucking stud. The Denver Nuggets gave him away for Mason Plumlee. I think that that's the type of move. Like Masai's gonna have to listen. Masai had a nice little honeymoon for a little while, right? Everybody loved him, and now it's time for him to fucking pull something off. And Sooner Lisa's here, an Oklahoma City Thunder fan. And I know people in Oklahoma City are already looking at the Raptors lineup, and they're asking the same thing. Oklahoma City and the Raptors, we're in the same boat. How can we get better? We're good, but how do we sort of tweak this a little bit? So supposedly Oklahoma City's like looking at the Raptors roster right now. And they want to let maybe trade Enes Kanter. Congratulations to the Marlies. Yeah, well, Chris Paul's not coming here, Big Will. I asked Coach Nick if he thought that Corey Joseph could be a starting point guard in the NBA. And he said yes, but not on a winning team, which are pretty strong words. Ottawa killing off a power play 3-2 right now. 11 minutes and 11 and a half left. Rangers pressing. Power play right now in the zone. Too much dancing and skating, not enough shooting. There's a shot. Doesn't get through. I don't like the howitzers on the power play. Not in the playoffs. The guys block shots too much. You got to flick it at the net and just sort of get chaos in front of the net. Like, these fucking howitzers from the point. Like, they keep on trying it. They're not even getting them through. Here's another one coming. See, there you go. Just flick it in there. No, listen, I'm not in love with Corey Joseph being a starting point guard, but I can live with it. I'm just telling you right now, they've got a lot of fucking decisions to make, the Raptors. And where I started with this is Masai says he doesn't like the way that they play, and he came out and said it. He goes, we run too much ISO, we need to pick up the pace, and it's a problem. And this was the problem that Kyle Lowry had with Casey earlier in the year, when he said there's a problem. And Casey, doesn't evolve. Casey needs to go. Do we hire Stackhouse? I don't know. I say yes, but then we have a rookie coach. But there's going to be a lot of movement in the NBA this year. Now, here's another interesting angle for Kyle Lowry. Word is, don't forget, you know who runs the Sixers now, right? Colangelo. Colangelo runs the Sixers. Colangelo loves Lowry. Where's Kyle Lowry from? Dude played at Villanova. He's from fucking North Philly. It's a perfect homecoming for Kyle Lowry. I didn't think, when somebody else brought it up once to me about the Sixers, I was like, nah, why would he go to the Sixers? I was like, I'm not going to go to the Sixers. Now I think about it more, and I'm like, I can see him going to the Sixers, actually. Let's be real right now. Who's winning a title? No one's winning a title. And when you're talking about $200 million, who gives a shit about NBA titles? Like, I hate to say this and be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy now. Whatever, man. If you told me I'm giving you $200 million, but you're not going to win a title, I'll be like, fine, give me the $200 million. So if you're Kyle Lowry, Lowry might know he's an old 31. Lowry might be thinking, you know what? I'm beat up. This is my last contract. I might last longer, but this is the last big money deal I'm getting. I'll go back home, fuck. I'll play in Philly. I'm a fucking filthy rich dude. I got 200, more than 200. I already made a shitload with the Raptors. I got $250 million playing at home. And don't forget, the Philadelphia Sixers have a lot of young talent. You know, the Sixers weren't a bad team, man. Like they need a guy like that. So suddenly, let's take a look at the Philadelphia 76 roster. We know they want to get rid of Okafor. And Okafor is a good player. But Okafor is a fucking head case. But that's that. I'm telling you guys right now, like, we're not dealing in a position of strength being in Canada. So we have to trade. Like, the only way to get an Aldridge here and an Okafor here and this shit, you got to do one of these deals. Yeah, exactly. 15-7 in the regular season. 22 games, 15-7. Corey Joseph was 15-7 as a starting point guard. Like, you know, like Corey Joseph is a starting point guard in the regular season. There's not that much of a drop-off. You know, the Raptors win 46, 47, 48 games and get bounced in the playoffs. Same shit. Anyways, we're going to get bounced in the playoffs consistently the way we're going. And the league is evolving a little bit. We need to evolve with it. We need to get a little younger, a little bit more athletic, and more spread offense, shoot more threes. I'm not saying, you know, become a run and gun team fully, but we need to evolve. We need to evolve. So, like I said, there's a lot of young guys on the Sixers, maybe a sign and trade with them. You got the Chris Paul situation. A lot of work to be done with the Toronto Raptors. They'll be fine, though. I've got confidence in Masai. And I hate to come to the acceptance that we're just fucked. Like, until LeBron's gone, we've got problems. And I would imagine LeBron has, what, another... How many more years of, like, dominant LeBron? 3? Fuck. He's 32 right now. He's 32 years old. The thing with LeBron is there's not really any end in sight right now. Like, if you look at LeBron James compared to Tom Brady can run out of gas soon. Like, Tom Brady's not going to be around much longer. He's talking about playing till 45 in another 6 years. That's not going to happen. And even the great Tom Brady's going to age overnight one of these nights. It's just going to catch up overnight. Boom. It's just going to be like that. And I'm telling you, there's flashes of it. There was flashes of it 2 years ago against the Denver Broncos in that championship game. And he was fucking running for his life. He was spiking the ball. He was frustrated. He looked slow and old. Like, it was the first time I was like, ooh, look, Brady actually is looking a little Peyton Manning-ish right now. But he fucking, the Patriots do a good job of the offense that they run to protect them with the quick hitches and shit. And secondly, Brady, every time Brady's like fucking Superman. Every time he senses he's weakening, he regains strength type shit. But eventually it's going to hit him. Like, I only expect Brady to terrorize me as a Bills fan for another 2 years. I can live with it this year and then next year, but 3 years from now, there's going to be a time where it's like, listen, he's 43 years old, guys. Like, enough fucking worrying about this fucking guy. Hit him, fuck, all right? He's an old man. Like, Brady might break the mold and play to 45, but hey, even the great Joe Montana, man, at the end, he was kind of brittle and shit. You know what I mean? And that's another interesting thing, actually, that I'm going to be curious. I'm going to be curious to see how that plays out. Brady's father, of course, said that the Patriots. Tom Brady's father said that his son won't end his career with the Patriots because of exactly that, because of Belichick. And he said, even my son, as great as he is, he goes, the Patriots will eventually move on. And he goes, they'll probably move on before Tom thinks he's done. I've always thought that Brady would end up on the San Francisco 49ers before it's all said and done. You know, the Niners are his home team. But like I said, he's not going to be around forever. He's going to bother us for another few years. And eventually he'll start to age a bit. But what I wonder is, will Belichick retire? Like Gretzky saying, oh, Belichick will just keep winning. I don't know. I think he retires. I think Belichick retires when Brady retires. I think the way I see it, I think they go down together. I think they have to. I think they go down together. And like I said, Brady, it could be wishful thinking that he's gone in 2 years. And I'm not saying he's going to be gone, but I'm saying he's not going to be as scary. And eventually, I think either like they win a couple of more, or reality starts to catch up, and then I think they both retire. I don't see Belichick doing this forever. Like, is Belichick really just going to coach for fucking ever? I don't know how old is Belichick. He's 65 right now. He's 65 right now, Belichick. So how many more years, is he really going to go? Is Belichick going to be coaching in the NFL at 72? Is he, like he's 65. So it's just fitting. If Brady has another 3 years, Belichick will be 68. I could see them sort of winning again. Or if they keep losing and they're getting old, then reality settles in. Then they do the retirement tour type shit. This is it. This is our last year. Now you look at Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson never really coached without good players. He wanted out right after. When Chicago, he wanted out. He did the 1 year there with Kukoc, and he bitched and he lost. And the 2 years, and he went to LA, and then he had Kobe and Shaq and an all-star team again. And then he quit. I don't think, Bill Belichick doesn't want to be 4-12. What's interesting as well about the Patriots is Jimmy Garoppolo's a free agent after this year. Which really leads you to believe that they are concerned about Tom Brady. Like, it really does. That's when I look at that, and I'm like, he's a free agent next year. And you guys you're going to let him go? You're not going to get anything for him? And you're just going to pay this guy all this money to be your backup? Like, it's bizarre right now with Garoppolo. Like, it's almost to the point, like, why do you have Jimmy Garoppolo still? Brady just signed a contract extension through 2020 or whatever it is. So, why didn't you guys just trade him? Like, the Patriots are really good at getting value and shit. So you figure the Patriots would think, you know what? We'll trade Garoppolo. We got other backups, and we'll turn fucking some other punk into the new Garoppolo. But why didn't they do that? Why are they hanging on to Garoppolo so much? Knowing he's a free agent next year. That tells me they're living year by year with Brady. That they don't admit it publicly, but in their mind, they know secretly that, you know what? He could age overnight, and we got to be careful with this. If we just let him go and then fucking Brady gets killed in fucking week 2 here this year, we're fucked. Or let's say Brady struggles suddenly and gets hurt, and you know what I mean? And then Garoppolo's a free agent next year. Maybe they keep him. You know, like, who knows? Like, it's just strange. It's a weird deal. Exactly. So if they franchise him, they're going to pay what? They're going to pay $19 fucking million for a quarterback to be a backup? It's bizarre. Like, I'm very surprised that they didn't let Garoppolo go here. Because of this, Mark. Because of this, old man. And you're in the area, so you know what I'm talking about. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, supposedly the Cleveland Browns are willing to give him the 12th pick, too. The Patriots threw it out there for the first pick for Garoppolo, and the Browns said no. And the Browns told him, we will give you the 12th pick for Garoppolo. And the Patriots said no. You know, it's kind of strange, like I said. You know, so now he's going to be a backup. Now, next year, he's a free agent, or they franchise tag him, and then they have to pay him in the top 5. So, and then Brady's going to be making it in the top 5. So they're both going to be, what, you're going to pay $50 million for 2 quarterbacks? It's very unpatriot-like. Like I said, it leads me to believe that they secretly, you know, they want protection and insurance here, even though they have Tom Brady. You know, that's the one. When I see that, and I realize that with the franchise tag stuff with next year, I'm like, wow. I'm like, they really didn't want to let this guy go. Huh? Why? Why? You guys have Brady. You're obsessed with keeping this guy. And now it's not a lark. Like, it's going to start costing them real money to keep Garoppolo. And you don't pay a guy the top. If you franchise tag someone, you have to pay them what the average of the top 5 salaries are. That's why it's so ridiculous with Kirk Cousins. Like, the Washington Redskins 2 years ago could have fucking just given Cousins $15 million a year and he would have taken it. Instead, they're like, well, we don't want to fucking pay you big money. Let's see how this turns out. So they franchise tag him 2 years in a row and he ends up making fucking $24 million this year. You know, we went over this a couple of weeks ago. The Redskins are going to give Cousins like $112 million and they're going to end up losing him. No, we don't want to give you a 5-year deal for 90, so instead we're going to be stupid and give you 24 mil for fucking 3 straight years. So either the Patriots are concerned about Tom Brady, or what? Like, that's my only explanation here. Why do they want to pay a fucking quarterback all this money to be Tom Brady's backup? The Patriots are the smartest football operations in the history of football. And here they are, bending over backwards, turning down 12th overall picks in fucking drafts to hang on to this kid. So it leads me to believe that they think, you know what? Don't let this guy go. He's going to be our quarterback of the future. And I don't know, maybe they fucking tell him, listen, Jimmy, I know you've been really patient and shit, but I'm telling you, he's got 2 years left. We're going to fucking sign you. You're going to be the quarterback in 3 years. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't get the thought process of it. I really don't. So how I started with all this is Tom Brady's going to be gone in a couple of years. LeBron's not going to be gone. Like, LeBron, like, it's football, all right? You know, Brady's 40 years old. Time's going to catch up. LeBron's only 32. Now, he's been in the NBA since he's been 18. So that's the issue here with LeBron. Even though he's 32, he's been around a while. I think LeBron is going to play another 7 or 8 years. I think LeBron's going to play till he's 40 or so, too. I believe that LeBron's going to hang around until his son gets to the NBA. I think LeBron wants to play with his son or against his son. As crazy as it is, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, and LeBron James Jr. is only 13 right now. So in other words, LeBron James Jr. is going to be in the NBA in fucking 6 years. Rangers are running out of time. As Steven would say, they're running out of racetrack. It's at 2.5 minutes left. They're down by 1 goal. Oh, here's his chance. You guys got to shoot. Oh, big save, Anderson. Yeah, I'm on the same bet, Jazz. What, with the Yankees? Yeah, I don't know. It was 5-3 in the second inning. Fuck. I don't know how the fuck it didn't go over the number. I was just pissed about the Yankees not fucking winning. Yeah, good call. Good call, old man. Probably, huh? Oh. Rangers are getting pressure. They're doing a good job keeping the puck in the Ottawa zone. They're doing a good job keeping the puck in the zone, but they're not getting enough scoring opportunities. I like to see a late goal here. I'd like to see a late goal. $91.88 right now for the San Antonio Spurs. Early in the fourth quarter of play. We'll switch over to that game momentarily. Betting on baseball is it's random, Jazz. You got to deal with its randomness. It's frustratingly random. You get screwed. You get you think you're gonna win and you don't. Like this bullshit. Like really, 5-3. How the fuck did this game stay under? The Yankees scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. I'm on the Yankees and the over. So it's 2-0 for the fucking Yankees. Great start. All right, Cincinnati scores 5 runs in the second inning. They score 5 runs in the second inning. There's 7 runs scored after 2 innings. The total is 8.5, which I thought was too low. Then, in the 4th inning, they score another run, so they're up to 8. So after the top of the 4th inning, all you're looking for now is 1 more fucking run. From the top of the 4th inning on. I gave the Houston Astros on the show today. The Astros are red hot. The Braves suck. It was minus 200. I say play the run line, 1.5. They're winning 7-3, the Astros right now. Which is really pissing me off because my Rangers fucking bet. Fuck me. 40 seconds left. They're really running out of time. 3-2 Ottawa, 38 seconds remaining. This is unbelievable. And we'll get to the Aaron Hernandez story in a minute, but let's get the end of this hockey game here. Looks like Ottawa's going to win. 24 seconds. You're running. This is it. Oh. They've got 15 seconds. They just cleared it. The Rangers are going to have 1. No icing. They're fucked. Oh, and the underbetters. I got to tell you, props to Camera 2 Drew. Motherfucking kid said Ottawa's going to win a regulation, plus 255. Boom, Pajot. And I tell you what, you know what? Now the Ottawa Senators are going to be big underdogs against either the they're going to be big underdogs against either the Caps or the Penguins, the Senators. There's Dion Phaneuf. Fucking Pajot fucking drilled it into the net, that empty net. He slapped it so hard you couldn't even see it go in. Fuck. And speaking of guys getting old, Henrik Lundqvist, I'm not saying this is it for Henrik, but he's near the end of the line. Guy Boucher gets it done. So the Ottawa Senators do what the Montreal Canadiens couldn't do. Fuck. Advance. Again. Win. Such a nondescript, non-flashy team, this Ottawa Senator team. But all they do is win. They dig down deep. They don't give up. They're getting great fucking goaltending. And you know, Anderson's a great story. He's on top of his game right now. Erik Karlsson's playing elite hockey despite the fact the guy is fucking beat up. And now the Senators get a couple of days to rest up. I'm not ready to write the Senators off against the Penguins or the Capitals. As Old Man is saying, year of Ottawa. Red, Blacks, and Senators. Fuck. Are the Senators really going to the Stanley Cup? Oh, fuck. It would just be so awesome if it was the Nashville Predators versus the fucking Ottawa Senators. First off, or even the Edmonton Oilers. We need Edmonton to win this game. Edmonton wins, and it's either Nashville or Edmonton in the final, which pisses Bettman off. He wants the Ducks. Secondly, imagine Ottawa gets in. Fucking nightmare for the NHL. Edmonton versus Ottawa is the fucking nightmare. All Canadian final will be awesome. We end the fucking drought. Someone in Canada wins. That'll be great. The rest of the world won't care. The Stanley Cup finals will be off the hook in Canada if it's Edmonton versus Ottawa. And everybody in Canada will be going for the fucking Edmonton Oilers. The Senators will beat the Oilers. But I'm thinking if it's the Nashville Predators versus the Ottawa Senators, it would be great because it would be fucking PK Subban right next to Montreal. Ottawa is like really close to Montreal. Like most Canadian cities, like most American cities are very close to each other, right? So that's why you see the rivalries in sports and stuff. In Canada, it's different. You know, Toronto and Montreal is 5.5, 6 hours. You know, Toronto and Ottawa is 4 hours, 4.5, you know, etc. Calgary and Edmonton are far. Vancouver's far. For everyone in Canada, we're all spread out. Canada's very geographically big. We're spread out. But Ottawa and Montreal are the rare cities that are close to each other. Ottawa is basically a fucking suburb of Montreal. It's 2 hours, you know, quicker if you're fast. Like, quicker if you're fast. So PK Subban in Montreal would attract all these Montreal PK fans to go to the games in Ottawa. They'd be cheering for the Predators. It would be a fucking nightmare. It's already a nightmare for Bergevin as it is that PK Subban's gotten this far. The PK's playing in the finals in Montreal's backyard. Listen, the media is broke nowadays, guys, right? You know, no one has money. I mean, fucking Sportsnet didn't send people to the Cup final last year. That's how broke everyone is. The Montreal media would all cover this. they'd all go to Ottawa and be all over PK, everything PK did. So PK would be on the front page of Montreal's paper every day. It'd be like they're in the cup. It's a nightmare for Montreal. I'm thinking ahead here, and I'm getting ahead of myself. But I'm just thinking, I know the Canadians, and their worst nightmare is the fact that PK Subban makes the Stanley Cup Finals and is playing an hour and a half down the fucking road against a team that's in our division that's a rival of ours. It just highlights everything bad for Montreal. Ottawa's in the cup, you're not, and PK Subban's in the cup, and you traded him. And the Montreal media is going to be all over it because it's in their backyard. It's gold. It has to happen. Yeah, so either, whatever happens here, either Nashville versus Ottawa, or Edmonton versus Ottawa. We need to get 2 Canadian teams in here to fuck the NHL and fuck Bettman over. I'm not one of these rah-rah Canada guys. Like when, who was it, Edmonton? Against Tampa Bay? Or was it Calgary against Tampa? Whatever. I bet on Tampa both times. You know, like, yeah, Tampa's won twice, right? Or once. No, once. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of the Carolina Hurricanes. On the Flames and the Canes. I bet on the American teams. You know what I mean? So I'm not like, I'm not Don Cherry, even though I am patriotic to a certain extent. Whatever, they're all fucking Canadian, these guys anyways. But the whole point is, normally I'm not that guy, but now I am. So, now I am. I know Gary Bettman wants LA. Anaheim's in LA. Gary Bettman doesn't want Edmonton beating them. So let's cheer for Edmonton. And his worst fucking nightmare just came true. The Rangers in the biggest market in America just got bounced. So he's still happy, Bettman. He's like, okay, I've got Ovi and I've got Crosby here, win or lose, going into the next round. So Bettman's not crying yet. But if Ottawa fucking beats Pittsburgh or fucking beats Washington, and it looks like it's going to be Washington, and I think Ottawa could beat Washington, then we could get an Edmonton-Ottawa or a Nashville-Ottawa Stanley Cup final, and that's a nightmare either way. It's a fun thing for PK and Montreal and the whole controversy, and it's a shitty deal for the Canadians, and I get a kick out of that. It's a shitty deal for Bettman. And Oman's knocking it out of the park. Oman is once again correct. Just like they traded Patrick Roy, he wins the fucking cup. Hey, he did tweet, didn't he? Hey, I'm one step closer to winning a Stanley Cup after he got tweeted. After he got traded. After he got tweeted. Why do I believe that Bruce Chad's the only person that has a freezing up problem right now? What I also don't understand is we have 40 patrons right now, which is very impressive, and I appreciate it. God bless you guys. We have 40 patrons, yet I only see 18 people here right now. We have 22 people that have paid that aren't here. I know some people, like Mingo's a class act. Mingo says he watches the replays after, and this is being recorded. It'll be up on Patreon. Of course it's flawless and smooth. I said, Bruce is like the boy that cried wolf now. I'm like, oh, keeps freezing up. I'm like, who's saying? Oh, Bruce is saying it. I didn't even know how Bruce manages to turn his computer on. So I guess that's it, right? People that are paying, they're watching the replays and shit. You know, I hope that they're able to figure out how to get in, but you guys all are. Like I said, if Bruce Chad can figure out how to get in. If Bruce Chad can figure out how to get in, anyone can figure out how to get in. Hey, we're starting to get a little bit of a rhythm now, at least, like with everyone figuring it out and stuff, you know? So the Ottawa Senators advance. Okay, you know what it is though, guys? Listen. There's two different ways we could do it. You could be watching on Patreon right now. It's on. I see it. It's on Patreon. And there's a little message board underneath and stuff. It's not a chat, it's a message board. So you guys, same shit. Like, I see it right now. You could be watching on Patreon. But it seems like everyone just sort of clicks this YouTube link and it takes us to YouTube. But as Bretsky says, I've noticed, like, I don't even have to record. They told me don't do anything. Just like it'll go up automatically. So I don't do anything. And I notice after all the shows are on Patreon after, like they're up there on the website. You get redirected, huh? That's interesting. It's a pain in the ass for me too. This system, I'm using OBS. I got multiple computers. I got to become a fucking expert in encoding shit. Like, but whatever. We're gonna get through it, and then we'll start to get into a rhythm. All right. So we haven't taken a break yet this evening. We'll take our first break of the evening. It's like anything. I asked the guys, I'm like, why is this program so complicated and difficult to run? They're like, because it's free.
getting near, no escape, human monster doctor.
.101 with 35 seconds left. Tense stuff going on here. So, I tweeted out earlier that I received a free meal earlier in the day, yet it really wasn't in my wheelhouse. I tried, guys. I've tried. Garden Gangsters. Not the type of stuff that I eat on a daily basis. To say the least. I've sort of nibbled on it a bit, but I'm not used to these tastes. You know, this is a lot of fucking health right here. This is a lot of health right here, man. Like I said, there's stuff in, I don't even know what any of this is. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what any of this is. There's like sort of like Tangier twist it's called. So there's Tangiers in here. I thought they were like tangerines or something. I bit into them, man. They're kind of weird tasting and shit. Like I said, I'm not a very healthy eater. But this is a lot of protein and health in here, I would imagine. Now, I should note, the centerpiece of this was there was a big fucking piece of chicken in here. And the chicken was damn good, fuck. The chicken was damn good. So I did eat the chicken out of this. And I tried to eat the rice and stuff, but the rice is kind of infiltrated with all this other stuff. And I wasn't down with, like, pomegranate seeds. I don't need pomegranate seeds. Now, I haven't thrown this out because I'm trying to force myself to eat it. I think this is tofu. Fuck, I don't eat tofu. These things look like they're fucking like little cool tangerines or something, but they taste kind of weird, man. I don't like cranberries. Like, there's really not much more for me to do with this thing. Holy shit, 101, 101, you gotta shoot. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, we go to overtime. We're going to get our over here. Popovich having a heart attack with Gasol right now. He just said, what the fuck are you doing? Why wouldn't you fucking shoot? And I'm not really sure why are they mad at Gasol. What did Gasol do or not do there? I don't get it. Gasol's out of the basket. What the fuck do you want him to do? I don't know. Maybe the play was called to Gasol, but still, dude, at some point, hey, Mills, fuck. You know what I mean? You know, you're better off just shooting it. And another thing is, Harden left his fucking feet, you dumbass. Harden jumps in the air, all you need to do is fucking fall into him. This is like that college kid all over again. Ridiculous. Anyways, I got the over. I need the over, so. But, you know, to me, it's fucking stupid. These fucking teams, I get it. You don't want to shoot too early because you don't want the Rockets pushing it up the court. But for fuck's sakes, you're a professional basketball player, Patty Mills, you know? You know, at fucking, when it's 2 seconds, dude, it's time to fucking shoot. Like, what's going to happen in 2 seconds? The ball's going to take a fucking second in the air, it's going to miss, and whatever. The game's over, fuck. You fucking waited and waited and waited. Like, what the fuck were you waiting for? And like I said, if the play was supposed to be to Gasol, which evidently it looked like it was, because Popovich was freaking out at Gasol after, that, you know, you got to improvise and chuck it up, fuck. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It reminds me of the time the kid on Arkansas, fuck, the fucking quarterback, Brandon Allen. Fucking dumbass kid. This fucking kid, it was like the worst sequence of quarterback you ever seen in my life type deal. I had money on it, so I remember it so vividly, but I had them on the money line too, Arkansas. And they had the ball on like the fucking 7-yard line. And I think they were playing Toledo. That was it, Toledo. I don't know why I didn't take Toledo. I took Arkansas in the in game. So it's in Arkansas, too. Fucking Arkansas. Belima, you shithead coach. You're losing to Toledo. You're losing to MAC teams at home. So, why is Kawhi Leonard on the bench? This show, I've been too tuned into this show and too much into the hockey. What's going on here? So, it reminds me of the kid on Arkansas. I forget, like, they ran the ball down the field, and I'm like, all right, fuck, just give the ball to the running backs, man. But of course, no. They're going to start throwing it now. They're in the 7-yard line. So I remember on third down, there was a wide open dude in the end zone, and he fucking missed the kid, and he rifled it off the fucking the crossbar. I'd never seen that before. Like, he missed by so much, he fucking hit the goalpost type shit of the crossbar of the upright. It was like dink off the fucking. I was like, what the fuck? So the next play, there was no time left on the clock. Right, there was no time on the clock. They're out of time, and it's fourth down. You know, he hunted the ball with like 5 seconds left type shit. So it's last play of the game. And the fucking kid's running around, and he threw it into the stands. Like, he had nowhere to throw it, so he threw it into the stands on fourth down on the last play of the game. And it's like, kid, why wouldn't you just throw it into the end zone? And, I don't know, maybe there's a miracle catch, there's a pass interference. There's a million things that can happen here. You know, the one thing you don't want to do, kid, is throw it out of bounds on fourth down. On the last play of the game. It's like the same thing here. It's like, you know, you got to shoot, huh? Is Leonard hurt? I knew after all these blowouts that there was eventually going to be a close fucking game. And I think, you know, who knows, though? Maybe San Antonio still covers the spread. I got an in-game over 223.5, and it's not happening because it's a clusterfuck now. Now no one can hit a fucking shot. You notice Harden's turning into Harden again. It's amazing, isn't it? All year he was on top of things. He was responsible. He wasn't like goofy Harden. And now, like, I don't know why he becomes a goof at the end of these games. He just took a 3 from about fucking 35 feet out. The Spurs are, D'Antoni's freaking out now. Like, Harden just falls apart in these games. Like, he just does stupid shit. What are you doing? Like, he just chucked it up there, too. Like, he got frustrated, and then, like, this is like a battle of wills. These teams are just melting down. No one can hit a fucking shot to save their life. We're a minute and a half into OT now. No one's fucking scored. This is the series right now, though, and there's high stakes, so I get it. The pressure's on right now. Like, the pressure's on. This is the series. You know, Houston wins this game, they're going to win the series. San Antonio wins this game, they're going to win the series. Like, this fucking next 3 minutes is the series. And I got to believe that Harden's going to find a way to fuck this up. Right, Mills is running around doing stupid shit. Ginobili. Green. This is a train wreck. No one can hit a fucking shot. It's 101-101 still. It's like we're watching a college game. I swear to God, they're stumbling, they're bumbling. LaMarcus Aldridge just fell down out of bounds. And, yeah, they played 2 minutes. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. Nobody scored in overtime. No, nobody has scored. Fucking crazy shit. Entertaining, I guess. I'm frustrated because I played a fucking pro line tonight and I lost. A couple of pro lines. I lost because of the New York Rangers, too. You fucking cocksuckers. I blame it on this health food fuck. You see, I eat a health food salad and I get screwed. This game's cracking me up. It's like both coaches are like, fucking, you see Popovich freaking out at Gasol. And then you see D'Antoni after. D'Antoni, like, he can't even hide it. He's like, D'Antoni's putting his hand over his face. He's all like just looking at Harden like, dude, like, really? You know, we're in a key game 5 here, and you just chuck it up. I get it. You shoot a 3, but, you know, you were nearly at half court. No one can hit a shot, and the Rockets can't get a rebound. This is some crazy shit. This is like becoming whoever scores wins. The Rockets haven't scored in over 5 minutes. Here's Harden again, and he's got no choice but to chuck it up. Horrible possession. Me and Reggie Miller said that at the exact same time. Horrible possession. Like, they're doing it. This is like, it's unbelievable. Aldridge. That's basket interference. I swear to God. Like, whoever scores a basket wins this game. Like, it's fucking crazy. Let's see. No, that's a basket. That's a basket. They're calling no basket. That's a basket. That's a basket. The ball was in the air. But look, it bounces off. That's a basket. Oh, they just got fucked. And that might be big here. Like, if Houston hits this 3 right here, and they do. The Spurs got screwed. That was a bad call. That's a basket. Ginobili for 3. Ooh. If I was the Houston Rockets, I wouldn't give the ball to Harden right now. You don't need him. He's only going to do something stupid. There you go. Harden turns it over. I'm telling you, I should be the coach. I would have a secret signal with Eric Gordon right now on the court where I'd be like, seriously, you tell Gordon, you hang on to the fucking ball, bro. Don't just give it up to Harden. In a minute and a half left of this game, what's the first thing Harden did? Let me run in like a wild man, and he turned it over. You got a 3-point lead. I'm telling you, he's a fucking menace to society, this guy. He's a menace to society, James Harden. You guys are just up by 3. You have possession. You give it to Harden. He turns it over within 2 seconds of touching it. And Harden's like, give me the ball, give me the ball. All right. The only thing is, he is going to hit a shot one of these times. All right, you're on him now. Pressure him. All right, Harden, what's he going to do? Harden turns it over. No! He turned it over. Dude, you're not in a rush. Oh, my God. And now you're going to give the ball to Harden again. Like, what more? Oh, my God. Harden, you better hit a shot here, bro. Otherwise, you just fucking cost this team this game. Here's Harden. Ariza hits a corner 3. No, Anderson. 107-106. Now the over's coming into play. See, the Rockets just scored because 2 guys touched the ball that wasn't Harden. Oh, what a play by Danny Green. It is, Dean. It's the same thing. That All-Star game, he cost me like $2,000. That's what started the hate. That was like the nail in the coffin. He booted the ball. He took a bad three from half court. He turned it over. Like, he cost the West the game. He's reckless. Harden's a great player, man, but you don't want this fucker touching the ball, man. And I'm telling you now, like, if I was the Rockets, I'd have Harden as the shooter. I'd tell him, listen, you're going to get the ball, but chill out. We don't want you handling the ball. We're going to handle the ball. We're going to pass you the ball with 3 seconds left, and you can fucking shoot. Yeah, but whatever, Bradsky. The 33, 10, and 10, it's all good, but he's reckless at the end of these games. Crazy entertainment, though. The only thing is, like, dude, you're not in a rush. You're not in a rush. Like, you know, like, hey, look at, there's Becky Hammond fucking calling shots in the huddle. I'm telling you, I think the Spurs are going to be the first team to have a woman coach. She's going to be the coach of this team. Like, she's not just a figurehead chick. Like, they're in a critical moment here. And she was fucking just, you know, she had them all fucking dialed around her there. Like, Popovich fucking trusts this chick. You got to believe the NBA will be the first one to have a woman, too. They're usually more progressive. The NFL, they don't even want women play-by-play guys. Now suddenly Harden doesn't want it. You don't need a 3, eh, Harden? Bad basketball. That's bad basketball. Like, you come out, 1 pass, bad 3. Like, this is Houston's fucking problem, eh? Like, you guys can't get over the mental hump of doing stupid shit late in games, man. Not just Harden, like, the whole culture of the team. Like, you just can't shed it, fuck. Oh, and he misses. Kawhi Leonard has the same look on his fucking face, whether the kid scores 80 points, is up by 80, down by 40, hurt or healthy. I've never seen Kawhi Leonard with a different look on his face. He's like Wilford Brimley. He doesn't smile. Like, I swear to God, like Kawhi Leonard, he looks the exact same all the time. He always looks worried. Like, you know, you look at Kawhi Leonard on the bench right now. He's got this, he's big eyes. He's looking up. He's worried. He's always worried looking. Like, I swear, like in this series, I've noticed this too. Like when they were up by 30 the other night, he was sitting on the bench, like just like looking at the clock and like pondering. And the other night when they were down by 30, he had the same look. Now tonight, middle of this fucking epic stress job. All these fans are all stressed. They're showing shots. There's Kawhi sitting there with the same look. He's just looking worried. Like, he always has the same fucking look on his face, this guy. And it's funny Because his teammates say that he creeps them out, that he never talks. He doesn't talk, and he doesn't smile. Like, he doesn't. There he is, look. Look. That's the look. You see, everybody's around him. He has that constant look on his face. That's what makes him so good. He doesn't phase under pressure. He's calm. Like, they need a 3. They turn it over. Eric Gordon dribbles the ball off his foot. You got to be kidding me, dude. First Harden, now Gordon. I'm ripping Harden. Now I say give the ball to Gordon. Now Gordon turns it over. What a train wreck. Look at D'Antoni. Just like. Jump ball. Oh, Rockets get it. Harden. Oh, my God. Manu Ginobili. Wow. I imagine Twitter is about to blow up in 3, 2, 1. How long before fucking, and then Gordon hits it after. Unbelievable. That's a Hall of Famer right there, huh? What a legend. What a fucking legend. Like, what a fucking legend. The legend of Manu Ginobili. You imagine the Houston Rockets locker room right now? Like, I imagine there's shit getting smashed, and there's a lot of anger in this room right now, and finger pointing. Like, I don't see how there's not. They're going to go in there and go, what the fuck was that? And what the fuck, what were you doing? And like, it's... D'Antoni's the coach. He's probably in his office right now, closed with the door closed, just like fucking thinking, oh my fucking God, what just happened? Like, the sequences of events there that transpired. All ball. Like, I'm not going to blame Harden. He was in a tough spot, but this is what happens. You get the ball, you know, it's just... And Gordon hits the 3 after. You go with the open man and stuff. It's like the Rockets... The Rockets are going to live and die with James Harden, and they're going to die. That's what it's going to come down to. In the last minute and a half of these fucking games, man. Like, honestly, how many times did he turn the ball over in the last 2 minutes? No joke. 3 times? 4 times? He turned it over, I think, 3 times, and then he got swatted at the end there. But we're talking about key fucking possessions. We're talking about 101 basketball games, and he's bombing threes from half court, like with fucking 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Like, you know, he's like, and another time they give him the ball, and he rushes in, and he turns it over right away in the shot clock. Like, you know, they were up by 3, he fucking turned it over. Like, he's a fucking menace, man. Like, if Harden isn't so fucking sloppy, the Rockets win this game at the end. And then it's contagious, though. And then Eric Gordon deserves blame, too. Eric Gordon turned the ball over twice at the end. He turned the ball over, he dribbled off his foot, and then he had the other fucking time where there was just a jump ball that caused the chaos at the end. Oh, Ginobili was already, he's clearly a Hall of Famer. He's already a Hall of Famer. We know that, but I'm just stating it's amazing that he just did this. Like, Ginobili's pretty much done, fuck. Like, he's just digging down deep, eh? Like, one last hurrah, fuck. Not letting go. You know what I mean? It goes to show, though, and you know, I don't want to blame this on Harden, but to me it just goes to show that even a 40-year-old Ginobili and these guys, you know, they can still beat, you know, the Rockets, you know? And if you're the Rockets, you just fucking did this. How the hell would you not put Manu Ginobili in the Hall of Fame? Are you crazy, Sam? Manu Ginobili's like a 4-time champion. He's also a gold medalist with Argentina. He's one of the biggest European or South American players ever. The Hall of Fame is for everyone, not just the NBA. Like, Manu Ginobili, like, it's not even a debate, Sam. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer type shit. I have to remember you're a paying customer, Sam. Yeah, let's just go over Manu Ginobili's accomplishments. 4-time NBA champion, 2-time All-Star, 2-time NBA third team, NBA Sixth Man of the Year award, NBA All-Rookie second team, EuroLeague champion, EuroLeague Finals MVP, All EuroLeague, Italian Cup MVP, 2-time Italian MVP. FIBA America's MVP championship. 50 greatest European players ever on the 50 greatest European player list. Gold medalist, Argentina, 2004 Olympics. Bronze medal, 2008. 3 FIBA America championships. A gold medal, a bronze medal, and 4 NBA titles. 6 man of the fucking year. And you're telling me this guy's not in a fucking Hall of Famer? You have a pretty, high fucking bar, man, to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, I understand the debate as far as his numbers are concerned. But it's not just about numbers. You know, it's the intangibles, the defense, the plays like this that he just made. That's not in the box score. Now, you look at his career, he averaged 7.6 points in his rookie season, 12.8, 16 points per game, 15 points per game, 16 points per game. 19 points per game, 15 points per game, 16 points per game, 17 points per game, 12, 11, 12, 10, 9, 7, 13. So, you know, he's on the decline now. So, in his prime, he was averaging, let's say, 16, 17 points a game, while putting up 4 rebounds and 4 assists a game, and playing world championship caliber defense. And no, that's the thing, Sam. If he's not, if Manu Ginobili just spent the last 12 years on the Sacramento Kings, the motherfucker scores 23 points a night. He's been playing as part of a system. I'm just going to punch it in. Manu Ginobili, Hall of Fame. Here's Sports Illustrated discussing this very subject. They're talking about the Spur players. Tim Duncan's a virtual lock for the Hall of Fame. Yeah, no shit. Tim Duncan, yes. Tony Parker looks like a good bet to get inducted eventually also. Yes, Tony Parker is a Hall of Famer. Ginobili's Hall of Fame credentials are at least the least convincing of the 3. Obviously, what stands out the most are the 4 championships that he played an important role on each of them. He's a 2-time All-Star. Clearly has the recognition, star status throughout his playing days, and the idea of him being in the Hall of Fame isn't just romanticizing a career, but a legitimate debate. The challenge with Ginobili is that he spent the vast majority of his career coming off the bench. Although he won a 6 Man of the Year awards, consistently acknowledged his crucial Spurs successes, there isn't a precedent of a second-unit guy being in the Hall of Fame. He's averaged 14 points per game over his career. Ginobili joining the Hall of Fame with so few All-Star appearances would be unusual but not unprecedented. Dennis Rodman is in the Hall of Fame and was only an All-Star twice. Bill Walton in the Hall of Fame, only an All-Star twice. Calvin Murphy's in the Hall of Fame and made the All-Star team once in his career. And none of these players won as much as Ginobili did besides Rodman. Well, Walton won in college, etc., and he won a title. Ginobili's best bet and comes with the fact of his impact on the globalization and the international game. He was the best player on the Argentinian team when they won the gold medal in 2004, and quite possibly the greatest South American player ever. What makes the Basketball Hall of Fame unique is it isn't just a Hall of Fame for NBA achievements. As I stated, contributions to the game include the NBA, the ABA, International, NCAA, are all weighed in and when determining a candidate's worthiness. Is Vince Carter a Hall of Famer? Of course Vince Carter's a Hall of Famer. I'm going to tell you, Sam, if you ran the Hall of Fame, there'd be 3 people in it. Fuck. Is Michael Jordan a Hall of Famer? Sam's like, Kobe Bryant, not a Hall of Famer. Selfish player. Didn't, Have you taken a look at the people that are in the Hall of Fame? Tracy McGrady just got in the fucking Hall of Fame. So you think Tracy McGrady is going to be in the Hall of Fame, but that Vince Carter isn't? I guarantee you Vince Carter's getting into the Hall of Fame. Guaranteed. Now, I've always said basketball is the loosest one. That's why I'm stating this. Basketball is the loosest one in the sense that not the easiest to get into, but basketball has high school coaches and college coaches and international players, women, you know what I mean? It's sort of like the hockey one. There's a wide range here. You know, football is NFL, you know what I mean? Baseball is Major League Baseball, and it's very easy, you know, this guy no, this guy yes, whatever. But Manu Ginobili is one of the greatest international players ever to play the game. He's a gold medalist in one of the biggest upsets. Argentina beating the U.S. is a huge fucking deal. He was the star player, and he's a 4-time world fucking champion. There's no debating it. Manu Ginobili, you know what I mean? Like, to me, Manu Ginobili's a Hall of Fame. He gets my vote. But Vince Carter's getting in. Vince Carter is getting in. The motherfucker's played in the NBA for 22 years or something. But, you know, I get the Ginobili debate. Look, Sports Illustrated has a Ginobili debate. So, you know, Sam's not the only one. I disagree with it, but evidently not everybody thinks it's a slam dunk that Ginobili's a Hall of Famer. As I stated, I believe Ginobili to be a Hall of Famer. There's camera two Drew boasting online about hitting the plus 255. We have me and Tim Anderson had a is pizza a sandwich debate earlier. No, it's not. There's nothing even close to it being a... there's nothing even close. Pizza is not a sandwich, and it's not close to being a sandwich. Oh, we got 3 thumbs up and 4 thumbs down for this video. I don't know what the thumbs down are for. Now that Ric Flair can't get in here, I guess he's busy thumb downing my work. All right, so we'll take a quick break. We're already at the 2-hour mark, but we're not done yet. We're a little bonus premium coverage here. And one story that we didn't get to, and let me check in the real world, is James Comey, head of the FBI, being relieved of his duties by Donald Trump. Now, for the record, I haven't seen this. We haven't checked in on this in a couple hours. I was tweeting about it earlier when the story broke, obviously. And the Democrats really do not have... the Democrats really do not have much of a leg to stand on and bitch about this, but they will fucking anyways, won't they? Say what you will about Donald Trump, but he knows how to play this social media game, and he knows how to turn shit on people. As Donald Trump just tweeted his first response. And Trump just tweeted this 18 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago. What time is it now? I got different clocks here, so sorry. He tweeted this at 10:42, 25 minutes ago. Donald Trump tweets, crying Chuck Schumer stated recently, I do not have confidence in James Comey any longer. Then act so indigent. Hashtag drain the swamp. And you know what's crazy? Trump supporters are going to eat this fucking shit up, man. They're going to look at it like, oh, he's draining the swamp, as opposed to the fact that he just fired a guy who's investigating him. Because Trump's not draining any swamps, fuck. He's loading them up with Goldman Sachs, fucking Gators and Crocs and shit. But he really has spun this around. And let's be real as far as James Comey is concerned. If Hillary Clinton would have won the election, she would have fired him too. James Comey should have been fired, and I said this in the summertime. James Comey should have immediately been fired a long time ago. The guy was a fucking circus fucking train wreck who fucking fucked and tainted the election more than Putin ever did. You know, oh, we're investigating Hillary, we're not investigating Hillary. And then right again before we are investigating her, he fucking sabotaged Hillary Clinton. So it's kind of ironic that Donald Trump partially won because of James Comey. And it's fucking gold that Trump says they wrote in the letter, the firing letter, that you were inappropriate when you spoke about Hillary Clinton publicly. Like Donald Trump gives a shit that Hillary was spoken about inappropriately. But that's just them giving a middle finger to the Democrats. But Trump is right. I mean, the Democrats would have fired him too. James Comey was a dead man walking. He should have resigned, fuck. He should have resigned, Comey. But Comey wanted to play this out and play the political game. And that's the thing I don't understand. I never got Comey's endgame. Like, Comey's endgame is basically, to fuck Hillary over. I was always under the belief, first off, we'll take the break and I'll hit it on the other side. But I've always been of the belief that Hillary Clinton did not get charged because she didn't win, type of deal. It was one of those type of things where you go away, you didn't win, all right, we're not going to charge you. We already sabotaged you. You should be charged, but we're not allowed to do this. Because if they would have charged Hillary Clinton during the election, they would have been seen like throwing it and there was a witch hunt against her, right? Miss Victim Hillary. So word was that basically everyone knew. The FBI and Barack, everyone told everyone, listen, even if she's fucking guilty, what are we going to do? Are we going to fucking charge her? 3 months before an election? She was too big to fail, right? So I think Comey was pissed by that. And then Comey's like, all right, you're right. We can't, so we'll sabotage her. She'll lose. That'll be the fucking punishment. That'll be the punishment to Hillary. She's not going to get charged, but we're going to make sure she doesn't win. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say how we're investigating her and I'm going to make her look bad. So they did that. But then they took it back. And then Trump wanted to fire Comey. So it's just funny to me that people on both sides are acting holier than thou about this. Whatever, man. Trump's an asshole. Hillary's a bitch. Deal with it. She would have fired him too. They're both crooked. Hillary's crooked. Trump's crooked. So what? Like, I'm so sick and tired of people acting like it's one side only. And another thing is, like, all these people suddenly caring that the head of the FBI got fired. Fuck him. Who cares? Ooh, boo-hoo, poor Comey. Let's start a GoFundMe page for Comey. No, it's happened more than once in 50 years. Richard Nixon fired the head of the FBI during Watergate. Bill Clinton fired the guy that investigated him. you know. Listen, Jazz, I'm not stupid. I'm not delusional to tell you that it doesn't look very bad. I'm not going to say that, you know what, this isn't a part coup almost. Trump's got a bunch of generals in charge. I was hearing today Trump wants a military day because Russia and North Korea have their little military parades. Trump wants to do it now. He wants to have tanks and whatever on the streets. And there's no doubt about it. Like America, you could argue that the American government is being taken over. I wouldn't dispute that. But I'm telling you that Hillary would have fired him too. That's all I'm saying. And on a more serious note, it is kind of true in the sense that, look, Trump's got a bunch of generals in charge that shouldn't be there. And they waived rules for it and stuff. Like, without a doubt, there's a lot of traits of a dictatorship that's going on here. Now you're removing police people that you don't like. You remove judges you don't want. You're calling out, like, this is turning into a dictatorship. I'm not arguing any of that. But all I'm telling you is Hillary would have been the same fucking way. And they're all bad. And as long as people out there continue to choose Team Blue or Team Red, they're going to continue to get fucking played over and over. So I don't care. I really don't give a shit. And I'm tired of people tweeting me like I'm fucking Donald Trump's fucking head fucking advisor. I don't support Donald Trump because I know that Hillary Clinton's a liar and I know that all sides are evil. Doesn't mean that I support Donald Trump. I'm sick of it. I don't want to argue with people about it anymore. Like, I don't give a shit. You guys can be as upset as you fucking want about the shit Donald Trump does. Like fucking if he wasn't in charge, the person in charge wouldn't be doing fucking shit too. The whole Russia shit was bullshit. The only thing Donald Trump is doing right now is he's racking up a bunch of fucking condo deals and shit, all right? And if you really want to get him, I guarantee you he's violated 1,000,001 ethic fucking codes already. But if they keep on going down this road with this Russia shit and Trump this is why they lost. They ran against him. Because they always thought, well, listen, he just said he grabbed Nancy O'Dell by the pussy. That's got to upset people. Like, until the Democrats and until you Trump haters realize that nothing he does will upset the people that like him, you're not going to win. Like, the Democrats better start getting a game plan together besides trying to point out shit that Trump does. Because nobody cares. The only people that care are CNN. Like, they've got a heart on Russia, 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 Russia. Gotta take a quick break here. It was a poutine, but that's the name of a book right there. I want some poutine, but I'm too drunk to drive. You know what they say? If you're too drunk to walk, you better drive. Fuck, I wish I had my Corrupted Youth songs here, man. We have a song called Drunk Driving, actually. That's a line in our song. Too drunk to walk, better drive. Too drunk to walk, better drive. And I actually stole that line from Herb Tarlick in WKRP. There's an episode of WKRP where Herb Tarlick's an alcoholic. Herb admits he has a drinking problem. It was a great line. Herb's all fucked up. He's in the bar. And they're all like, hey, they're like, Herb, I think you're too drunk to drive. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'm too drunk to walk, so I better drive. He fucking stumbles out of the bar. And that was his lesson. The next day he was ashamed that he drunk. And those shows in the old days used to always have a moral to the story. Nowadays, there's no morals in society anymore. They just throw shit against the wall. So speaking of no morals, we'll wrap up with this. It's unfucking believable. A Massachusetts judge has vacated Aaron Hernandez's 2013 conviction in the murder of Odin Lloyd because the former Patriots tight end died while his appeal was pending. This decision comes 3 weeks after Hernandez committed suicide in his prison cell. Prosecutors urged the judge not to dismiss the charges, arguing that he chose to commit suicide before his appeal was heard. This is not a defendant who has arrived at the killing of himself by happenstance. The defendant should not be able to accomplish in death what he couldn't accomplish in life. It's a fucking slap in the face to the fucking dude that he shot in the face, his family, man. And not only this, but now, basically, the only reason we all knew this, Hernandez did this so his family gets the money. The legal principle that reversed Hernandez's conviction posthumously is known as abitant ab initio, a Latin phrase meaning from the beginning, and dates when Massachusetts was a British colony. The abatement doctrine, I don't know fucking words I don't usually see. The abatement doctrine states that it's discriminatory to a defendant or survivors to allow a conviction to stand before they have a chance to fully appeal it. Yeah, but he killed himself. He loses that right. This is the most ridiculous fucking thing ever, man. Normally I'm not on the side of like law and order here, but I'm on the side of law and order on this. This is fucking ridiculous. Fuck him. Like, no. Like, we all know it. He admitted it. Like, we know he did it. What, because he kills himself and now, like, no. I hope that the Lloyd family is still able to sue. The Patriots gave Hernandez a contract extension 2 years after drafting him, including $16 million in guaranteed money. Although Hernandez only received, they withheld 5.91 of it after he was arrested. So, and we're talking about 10 mil or so. And to me, I'm not even talking about the money. To me, it's an insult to the person that he fucking killed. It's a slap in the face. It's a stupid law. It's a stupid law. Going back to some British colonial type shit here. Come on. We all know he killed himself to purposely do this, not to mention he wrote in the note to her, "You're rich." Like, to me, that's evidence. He wrote in the suicide note, "You're rich." He said, everything that happens, no matter what, I'm doing this and at least you're going to be rich. He didn't even hide it. Because he must know that, hey, the law is the law and they can't do anything about this. I hope that the fucking family sues the fuck out of fucking, what are they going to sue? They're going to sue Hernandez's wife now. She's not the bad person in this, but she did fucking, she's lucky she's not busted. She covered up evidence, fuck. Like, I'm not down with this. The guy, he's dead, but it's a slap in the face. Now he's found not guilty for this murder that he committed. The other two murders he got off with. So technically, he's not a murderer at all. Like, legally, Aaron Hernandez is not a murderer. He was found not guilty of the two other ones somehow. And the other one that we all know he did, and he was proven guilty to do, he appeals, so he kills himself before the appeal. So if he was so innocent, why'd you kill yourself before the appeal? Why didn't you go back for the appeal if you were innocent? Yeah, they'll be able to sue from a civil case. If Goldman, it's the same thing. And you look at Goldman suing Simpson and OJ, this is even more damning because he was found guilty. OJ wasn't even found guilty and OJ lost in the civil case. So there's a precedent here in which, listen, he was already found guilty. He was in jail. He caused the wrongful death. As I stated, to me, it's more of the insult factor than anything. I'm not even thinking about the money aspect of this. I'm not thinking about the money aspect of this, but to me, it's a blatant insult. Almost like a blatant insult to the fucking Yankees and Reds staying under the number somehow. Yeah, Better Call Saul. We're in year 3 now of this fucking show, and he's still not even Saul. We're in year, and I enjoy Better Call Saul. I like the show. I really like the cinematography and the looks, the Southwest and the desert looks that they have. And, it's really well shot. The acting is superior and, premier. But holy fuck, man. It's like you watch for a whole episode to get a little, and there they showed the chicken place. Oh, there's the black guy that works for him. It's the first time, so it's like each episode, it's like, holy fuck, really? All right, we get it, man. What's their plan? Is their plan 10 years in, that they're going to catch up to the Breaking Bad days? I get it. It's not Breaking Bad. I know that. I don't want it to be Breaking Bad. I'm happy with the way it is, but, one episode, it's all with the fucking blonde chick. And I'm sick of this blonde chick. I don't care. Get to fucking Saul and get to fucking Mike and the schemes and the gangsters and shit. And this is a thing that, exactly, Dean. This is a problem right now with AMC shows. And AMC, you guys get these successes. And credit to Breaking Bad for pulling the fucking plug, because I'm sure AMC would have milked it for longer. But the writers were like, no. And they couldn't hang on to fucking Buddy anymore. So, they didn't have a choice. They sort of had to pull the plug on the show. He forced their hand. And it's funny because you look at The Walking Dead, and The Walking Dead is a really good show, but if you're going to stretch it out for 18 fucking years, and the writer admitted it. He goes, we see The Walking Dead as being on forever. It's going to be a continuing storyline for the next 25 years type shit. And he said, as long as the ratings, you know, we don't see why not. And he goes, we already have it plotted for the next 9 years or something. He's like, we could do the story already. And I'm thinking, yeah, you could stretch this out for 9 years if nothing fucking happens every week. No one's going to be left watching. And you look at The Walking Dead this year, it's a fucking shit show. You know, and here we are, in a half season, and we're going to get Negan. And like, it's like, really, they have the balls to split one season into 2 seasons, basically. Because they figure people will keep watching. But people are getting sick of it, and they lose patience. And everyone's lost patience with Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul's not doing good in the ratings. It's critically liked because whatever, it's a hipster fucking show. And it's well shot, and you know, it's like a Quentin Tarantino TV style or something, right? Like, it's got that hipster feel to it. But, like I said, I watch it and I accept nothing's going to happen. You know, like, I like the show Homeland, and at least every episode of Homeland, you're like, holy fuck, I didn't see that coming. Like, I don't believe they just shot her in the face. You know what I mean? Like, hell, I watched Designated Survivor last night. I missed it last week, and they fucking shot the black guy, fuck. Lozano. Even me, I was like, whoa, fuck, they're really moving along briskly here, fuck, you know, all right. You know, tomorrow's the season finale. It looks like they're going for something here. But these fucking shows that take for fucking ever, man. I get it. There's a storyline. I get it. You know, I'm not one of these kids with a short attention span either. But I'm really starting, like, I watched Better Call Saul last night, and I don't even expect anything to happen. And nothing against the chick. She's a good actress and shit, but the whole Kim Wexler and the law shit, it's like Mesa Verde file. I'm like, man, you know, enough, fuck. And you guys talking about food. I see you talking about you're stressed about tests. Well, you got some medical tests? We wish you the best, Reckless. And speaking of eating, man, I don't feel too good. I'm getting weak and shit. I didn't eat much today. I ate the chicken out of this thing. I've been working all day, guys. This 7 days a week thing's not easy for me. I'm not going to lie. When I was all drunk, I was talking like I'm a machine that can blast through this shit, but it's a grind, guys. I put a lot of work into the TV shows, Red Heat and Rage Radio, podcasts, fucking stress trying to make this fucking program work so I can get it on the Patreon. Like, it's never ending. This fucking horse thing. 7 days a week, it's like constant. Oh, what are you worried about the results of that for? Nothing changes. Yeah, I watched The Wire. Omar and all that shit. But I didn't, I'm not a Wire devotee type shit. I've watched it. I watched like 2 seasons type thing. But I jumped in late. I got the gist of it, but I'm not a Wire devotee. But yeah, I enjoyed it. There's a few shows that I don't watch a lot of TV shows, to be honest, like online and stuff. Like, I don't watch any TV shows on TV. There's not one TV show on TV where I'm like, all right, like, but like online, like I've been watching Designated Survivor this year. It's a cheesy show, but it's good entertainment for 40 minutes. I like the chick too. I like the Hannah Wells chick. She reminds me of my ex-girlfriend that passed away. So I like the Hannah Wells chick in that show. But my favorite TV show is Homeland. My favorite TV show is Homeland. And I've seen every episode type shit. Like, I've seen from season 1 of Homeland to like the end. And I jumped in on Homeland. I missed the first year. I got in like the year 2 type shit. So I had to rewatch year 1. But Homeland, I'm along for the ride for. Like I know everything about the story in Homeland. You know, I know everything that's going on and shit. Oh, the season's done. I enjoy Homeland. I watched The Walking Dead, but The Walking Dead really infuriated me this year by nothing ever happening. It started out so good with the first episode when Negan started cracking heads, and then it just went downhill from there. So I watched it, but I got frustrated by it. So those are the only 3 shows that I watch online. That I'm like, oh, I'm going to get caught up, you know. There's a couple other shows that I missed out on, though. One of them is the House of Cards show. That's right in my wheelhouse. I like political stuff. So House of Cards, I've never seen. And it's one of these shows where, since I've never seen it, I don't want to see it because I know I'm fucked, right? So I've never seen House of Cards, and I know that's a good show. That show Black Mirrors, I hear good things about. I want to check out. I've never seen it. And it's funny, when I was actually in Vancouver, and I stayed at my mother's house for those couple of days when she had the surgery and stuff, her husband, Kent, for one reason or another, is a big fan of that show, Blacklist. So I never watched that show before, and I was pleasantly surprised. He made me watch Blacklist with him. It was his house, his condo, and he was like, I watch Blacklist now. He fucking put it on Blacklist. You know that show, Blacklist, the spy show. So I liked it. You know, good actor. He's good. I like James Spade's a good actor. It's deep spy, deep government. Fucking, he killed 2 people in the show I watched. I was like, wow, this show is much more hardcore. Network TV's getting better. Like Designated Survivor's not bad. That Blacklist was more hardcore than I thought it was going to be. So I wouldn't mind someday. Maybe I'll get caught up on Blacklist one of these weekends. I don't do a lot of TV binge watching. I do at nighttime. Like when I'm ending here, I will watch an episode or 2 of The Simpsons later or Seinfeld. I prepare for the TV show in the morning. There's nothing on television that I like. So I do enjoy Seinfeld. That's all I watch. If you want to know my viewing habits, that's all I watch. I watch CNN. Like on TV, all I watch is sports or the news. I don't even know what else is on. Like I only watch sports or news on TV. Late at night, I watch Putlocker. I watch Seinfeld or Simpsons. I try to mix it up a bit and watch WKRP and stuff, but I'm a creature of habit. So even though I've seen every episode of The Simpsons, it's like comfort food. I just put it on in the background, and I get my work done. And I don't really watch anything else, to be honest. I do check out. I'll watch Star Trek. I'll watch Star Trek. If an old episode of if the original Star Trek's on TV, I will watch it. Some of the other Star Treks, maybe. I got into Deep Space, I got into Voyager, one of them, recently. It was the only thing on at like 2 in the morning. And I was like, well, whatever. It was Deep Space Nine. I like the chick's tits, the blonde chick. So I watched that show. But, yeah, I don't really watch that much TV. I watch Seinfeld and Simpsons over. Yeah, Westworld's a big-time show. I've never seen it. Game of Thrones, I'm not into. I've seen Game of Thrones, but I told you guys, I don't like medieval stuff. I'm not into Dungeons and Dragons and fucking kings. You know what I mean? I mean, dynasty kings and shit, and queens and battles and all that. That's not I don't like that stuff. Like I said, I like more spy shit. Like I'm not into that. I did like that show Black Orphan with that chick. I like that show Black Orphan. But I found Black Orphan was hard to keep up with. Like, impossible to keep. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, this show looks cool. Fucking multiple identities, and they cloned her and shit. Like, I was like, oh, this show looks, I like this. So I checked it out. I saw, like, the premiere type shit, and I was like, you know what, this is a good show. Except that show is like one of these deals where if you miss 30 seconds, you're fucked. And I hate shows like that. Yeah, and as someone that's such a big, no, I just told you, apathetic bystanders. I don't like that stuff. I'm sure it's good, but I don't like it. Like, what's the show they have on now instead of Walking Dead? They push on, they're pushing it big time. Badlands. Looks good, looks cool, but I'm like, I don't like that. Like, it's like the movie 300 and shit. I don't like old shit. I'm not into it. Now, someone that loves Seinfeld, you figure I'd be a big Curb Your Enthusiasm guy. And I like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, when I see it, I like it. Not as much as I like Seinfeld. I find it a little whiny and shit, but I get a kick out of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I know you're a big Seinfeld fan, Dean, so yeah, Billions. That show looks good. That show looks good. I agree on that, Papin. That show looks good. I'd like to check that out, and it's not too late, right? We're only like 2 seasons in. I'd get caught up on that. Fear the Walking Dead, I didn't mind, but I sort of got bored. I'm like, I'm already all Walking Dead out. I can't live with another Walking Dead. Like, I got one of the series is nothing is happening. I can't watch 2 that's nothing happening. Like, when you guys start having shit happen in one of them, worry about a second one. They're so greedy, The Walking Dead. Like, fuck. Hey, let's do a second show and stretch the other storyline out for 38 years. But I was going to say about the Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm. The Seinfeld Curb Your Enthusiasm episode is really good. I think it's like 2-3 episodes. I actually watched that. I don't really remember. Maybe I'll rewatch it tonight. That's actually very good. Putlower's not working for me much recently, though. Watch series is working, but not always. It's weird. You know what's really fucked up? And you'll like this, Dean. Look on YouTube. I'll send you the link on Twitter, actually. I'll send you the link on Twitter. You've probably seen it before, but it's Seinfeld outtakes. Not bloopers, but it's scenes that they filmed that they never used. And it's really fucked up watching it. If you're a Seinfeld fan, it's fascinating. Like, it's because it doesn't mean anything, right? Like a lot of them. Like some of the episodes, some of the takes, like some of the outtakes that they show in this, you know what it's from. Like there's one with Elaine and the Wiz and shit that wasn't in the show. So like there's a lot of scenes that they shoot that they never use, right? So, they don't think it's funny anymore. They change their mind, whatever. They don't like it. There's a lot of different shit. They cut a lot of shit on the floor, right? So, yeah, no, that's not that one, the Flea one. Yeah, I've seen that too, where the Del Boca, you're telling me there's not one place in Del Boca Vista? It took him like 20 times to do that. He kept laughing. You're telling me there's not one place in Del Boca Vista? Like the fathers, they couldn't stop cracking up. I watched that outtake. You notice in that outtake, the only person that remains still the whole time is Estelle. George's mother, She doesn't crack a laugh. She's a pro. She's fucking there. She sort of grins. And Frank Costanza couldn't stop laughing. Every time he did the Boca Vista, he kept laughing. And the Morty Seinfeld guy in real life kept laughing. He couldn't help it. He was like, he started like, yeah, you could tell they were having fun. Like they couldn't do it. They couldn't get through the scene. So yeah, no, but it's not that one. I've seen that, Dean. Yeah, I know. She never cracks a smile. It's almost in this outtakes, like the first time you see her fucking see her laugh, actually. Like she's laughing in real life, right? So, but it's fucking fucked up. Like it's out of context. See, there's a bunch of Kramer scenes and shit, and like there's a bunch of them that don't make sense, and like you don't know what the context is. All right, gentlemen. So we appreciate everybody tuning in, lady and gentlemen, as of course Sooner Lisa is our only female in the house, and I believe she's gone. I appreciate everybody signing up. We're going to lower the price next month, but we're not going to lower it too much because it sounds like you guys don't want the riffraff here anyways. But we'll be back, and we got a bunch of shows tomorrow. I got a show on TV in 10 minutes. We got a bunch of shows tomorrow. What do we have tomorrow? Game Time Decisions. We've got Mark Lawrence, Paul Bovey, Chris Meany, Morency Unfiltered. Lou talks UFC 211. And then Red Heat and Rage Radio tomorrow. 5 shows. No, it's not 5 shows. 5 guests. Game Time Decisions, Morency Unfiltered, Red Heat and Rage. 3 shows. But all different topics, so it's difficult. If it was all one topic, whatever. So, hey, we promised 2 hours. Hey, we gave you 3. 2 hours and 49 minutes tonight. I'm going to eat some Stouffer's macaroni and cheese and some Wonder Bread. I'll tell you guys my Swiss Chalet story on Thursday. Tune in to Red Heat and Rage tomorrow night, of course. Cam Stewart will be joining us from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we'll see what else. We're going to open up the phone lines on this show this week, too, actually. Maybe on Friday. So Cam from Vegas tomorrow. Full slate of action. We'll be back here on Patreon on Thursday. God willing, we can keep this rolling. And like I said, we're up to 40 signups right now. Pretty impressive. We're going to drop it to $20. More affordable for everybody. And I'm not, like I said, you guys are going to see. I'm going to lose money on this. I'm not going to have a lot more signups because it's $20. And like the difference. So I'm not doing it for new signups per se. I'm actually doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for the hardcores that signed up. I swear to God. When I saw it was American, I'm like, man, I don't want to. I'm not asking people to pay fucking $38 a month every month. That's extreme. That wasn't my goal. So with the U.S. exchange and all that type of shit. So we're going to adapt, and it's going to be lower for you guys, and it won't. You'll see more riffraff won't really come in. I'm just going to end up losing fucking $400 or something. Hey. We'll do what we do for the people we love, right? And I do love you guys. So I appreciate the support. Sports Rage Premium. I hope you're enjoying it. Sound is good. Video is good. It's a higher level of production, and it'll get even better as we go along. I want to start tweaking shit and getting stuff and more music and video and stuff, but I'm going to be honest with you. it's a fucking challenge just getting on here, okay? So I'm fucking scared that I touch one thing and we're going to have a problem. So let me just get used to this, and then we'll start adding some more stuff. Other than that, you're on your own. May the winners be yours. Later.